Welcome back to Vampire the Masquerade. We just left the Anarch car shop and now we're on the way to see, I believe, one of the Anarch leaders, potentially. So, Patrick gnashes his teeth so loudly that I can hear it in a good 5 feet away. He's spinning his ring in such a violent, erratic manner that for a brief, bizarre moment, I think he's gonna rip his finger off. So I make a brilliant, as always, decision to lighten the mood. Not gonna lie, I don't think I've ever met a kindred as charming and as likable as Mato. What's his deal? Where's he hiding the bodies? From what I can gather, his skeletons are buried deep in his past. Mato used to be quite the skilled thaumaturge once, delving into the darker arts, albeit reluctantly. His sire can be quite intense. Aren't they all? Right. I'm happy to report that my efforts seem to have worked. Or at least, Patrick straightens up and puts his hand in his pocket instead of maiming them with a twisty ring. Still, who knows what this little claws are doing to the linen of his coat. So, what's the plan now? I have to go see Torque. Yeah, I gathered. But Scary Enforcer Lady made it clear I wasn't invited to the party. You'll just have to wait in the car then. Look, as much as I consider your perfectly serviceable car to be excellent company, we both know I can't just sit around doing nothing. Then I'll ask someone to keep an eye on you. It shouldn't take too long. Bullshit. You and your endless debates, I'll be old and grey before you come back, and that's not even an option anymore. Seriously, you handle Torque, and I'll head over to Sunny to look for that Skylar girl. That's not happening. Oh, come on. I've been the very model of temperance tonight. We're only been awake for mere hours. Splitting hairs. I'm heading to Sunny's to wait for you there. Scout's honor. He sighs, rubbing tiredness in his eyes. I miss smartphones. I don't miss GPS. What does it mean, I don't miss GPS? Miss smartphones. If we only had some means of long-distance communications at hand, can you imagine what we would do if we were able to hear our voices from miles apart? Alas, reality is much more cruel. At least under Camarilla rules. Yeah, the Camarilla forbade smartphones so that the hunters are not catching us. We could always try using pigeons. New York's got no shortage of them. Oh, you're such a comedian now. Hilarious. A shade of amusement crosses Patrick's face, but he manages to swiftly suppress it. Look, it seems we're all out of options here. You'll have to come with me and wait for a bit. I'll figure out what Torque wants from me and then... He trails off mid-sentences, stares blankly into the distance, hands joined together to spin his ring. I wave my hand in front of his face, but he doesn't even flinch. Talk about being out there. Trust me, I'm an expert on out there. After what seems like a lifetime, he finally speaks up, and I feel every single drop of predictability evaporate. Alright, let's meet at the Empire of the Sun now. Hold up, for real? Empire of the Sun. 1 hour. Do not let me down. And before I even have a chance to say anything like maybe thanks or crack a joke, he turns on his heels, hops into his perfectly serviceable vehicle and drives off into the night. I feel right at home all alone and without anyone breathing down my neck. Surprisingly, to myself and probably to Patrick as well, I have no intention on bailing, not when there's a solid lead waiting for me at Sunny's. But then again, the night is young, lit up and gorgeous, and I'm all alone in the city that never sleeps. Why not enjoy the scenic route? So we have the choice to go to the Empire of the Sun, from pillar to post to another anarch spot. Networking, right? With Patrick's temporarily out of the picture, it's on me to wring the Skylar Duskborn dry for every last drop of intel. I guess we don't have a choice. Oh no, we do. There's two options here. How do I go to the second one? Here. Luck be a lady tonight. What are the odds of bumping into the street gambler right in the middle of New York? The day after Christmas, that slim to none, I'd say, but the fate is the dealer. You just gotta go all in. Street gambler. I'm not sure what that means, to be honest. If I should go there. I feel like probably don't see that. I mean, the description doesn't make it sound very enticing. Like, what is a freaking street gambler? I think I will just go to the Empire of the Sun, to be honest. The area outside Empire of the Sun is pretty sparse. Nothing with mortals and my fellow kindred. So chilling out front isn't a big deal. I blend in perfectly, all amped up for whatever's going on tonight. Still, old habits die hard, so I take a sec to study the area carefully, taking it all in the way my con artist sensibilities demand. First off, it's mostly tame out here. The only dude catching my eye is a total nutjob, parked by the door, screaming about doomsday while rocking that coked up Al Pacino look. He's got that wild vibe, completely with drool and insanity in his eyes. Yikes. Even if I was still in the grifter game, I wouldn't bother with him. Lunatics like that are more trouble than they're worth, and usually broke to boot. Then there's the front of the dive, which looks, for lack of a better word, loved. Despite the dodgy neon and the graffiti, that's actually kind of witty. The place radiates an inviting warmth. A place with soul. Still, the Empire of the Sun sign with Sue scrambled next to it. It is on the nose. I can't help chuckling on the inside. People clearly have fun at Sunny's and treat it as their place. A place they can return to again. And again and again, and never feel unwelcome. But I'm wasting precious time just standing out there. Gotta find Skylar before Petty comes back and gives me the look. I head for the entrance, door stacked out with all sorts of funny stickers, but before I can even touch the handle, the crazy guy grabs me with an unexpected speed for someone so curled up. I shake him off easily and give him my best back off glare. It does nothing. He's in his own world. Oh! It's coming! The reckoning is up on us! The signs! Hey, back off, will ya? Look up! Damn you! It's death! Dressed in rays of light. It's watching the day stars, waiting to cleanse us in fire. As I walk past the guy, his words echo in my head and rattle between the crevices of my brain, stirring along dormant fears. Can you see it? The day star is the end of all. I enter Sunny's, acting all cool and collected as if none of my crazy shit faced me. The interior looks exactly the way I expected, a kaleidoscope of stickers, murals, lights, and banners conveying pretty much every available surface, covering pretty much every available surface, interspersed with well-worn seating, musical instruments, and plenty of space for dancing. To say that I've seen hundreds of times before in dozens of cities doesn't quite capture the whole picture. But I gotta say, Feels like home. Spotting Skylar is easy, with her head full of bleached dreadlocks. Besides, the bar is practically empty. Maybe all the kindred have gone to ring in the holiday season. Who knows? She's hunched over a table, completely focused on scribbling something in a notebook. She doesn't notice me as I approach, so I get a sneak peek at one of the pages and discover some gorgeous, intricate designs for, I assume, geometric tattoos. Wow, those are dope. You ink people up? I plop down right next to her, shaking her out of her reverie. She gives me a confused stare. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of my old gig. Tough finding clients at night, huh? You could say that. Her eyes narrow on me, which I respond with my brightest grin. Can I help you or something? Mato said you might be able to. Name's Kaylee. I'm looking for Reynard Cassell. Never heard of him, so if that's all... And where do you think you're going? I grab her by the collar as gently as I can and ease her back down. She resists a little, but let's be honest, a thin blood has nothing on a well-fed kindred. I keep her down easily, but grin widens in a manner that is hopefully just a little bit threatening. I usually favor dodging conflict over sparking it, but this time my impulses steer me towards chaos, and I let the flood take me like a ship on the windswept sea. Let go of me! Answer my question then. Reynard Cassell? Where is he? Look, I don't really know. Reynard Cassell or whatever, okay? Really? Playing dumb? Do I look like I'm here for games? Cut the shit and talk. I've got nothing to say to you, bitch. Let me go or I'll start screaming. So, it's possible to use my powers, I guess. So I have these on the top left. I have like these bars. I guess they represent something with my powers. So we're in the middle of a bar. There's people outside. I don't know if I want to scare her. She also honestly seems like she actually might not know. Scream all you want. That will definitely cause a big scene though. Oh. I don't have chemistry. I would like, no you won't. That's like a good one. Should I scare her? Or scream all you want? Okay, let's scare her. Not after I've ripped out your fucking windpipe, you won't. Now simmer down and let's talk. Her eyes start to wander, dimmed by her sheer power of my bearing. For a moment she sits motionless, her upper body twisted in a decidedly awkward way, before tensing up as she's got to bolt. But I'm ready for it. I grab her by the neck, slam her onto the table, and turn her face towards me, calmly repeating my question. Now, where is Reynard Cassell? She keeps struggling for a moment, but in the end just goes limp, defeated and seething with frustration. I honestly don't know. I've only heard bits and pieces about him. And any alchemist worth their salt knows of all the major suppliers in the city. I saw you sling ink and mix potions. That's quite the combo. Screw you. Not sure where my genuine compliment went wrong, but okay. So, what's the scoop on Cassell? Preferably his current whereabouts. I kept telling you I've got no clue. I've never even laid eyes on him. Then give me something worthwhile. You're sort of wasting my time here, girlie. Look, love me a good chat, but I'm on the clock at the moment. Alright, chill out, will ya? I know someone. There's this courier. She delivers all sort of shit all over the country, and you can pretty much get anything. She's tight with Cassell, alright? Interesting. Go on. Go on, what? I smother the urge to roll my eyes. Go on. Hook me up with her, like yesterday. All those threats and she still hesitates to help me. Well, the time for the stick has come and gone. Now it's time for the carrot. I really wasn't lying when I told Mato I'd rather not make any more enemies in the city. Look, you're not exactly catching on here. I could just take your phone and set up the meeting myself, but I'm feeling generous, so I'm asking you. Politely, I might add. You call that polite? I can get back to impolite if that's what you prefer, but I think you'd rather I didn't. I'll even sweeten the pot, alright? You set me up a meeting with a courier of yours and I'll clue you in on where I stash my goods. Her ears perk up a little and she still eyes me on with great suspicion. What goods are we talking about? I'll flash her a reassuring grin, and though she recoils a little, her attempt at nonchalance fails miserably. Blood stashes, obviously. Top quality, best variety. All your little alchemist heart might possibly desire. Deal? I reach out my hand, pausing to give her space to decide before I'm forced to make a decision for her. Luckily, after a brief deliberation, she reaches out and shakes my hand. Deal? Hold on, I'm gonna make a quick call. I nod and relax, keeping her in sight as she wanders over to the stage area and takes out her phone. I feel a twinkle of guilt over how I treated her. Maybe I should have just started off with that whole blood stash thing. Yeah, well, I'm not exactly a planner, am I? If this courier leads me to Raynar tonight, this whole search could end in a matter of hours. Just the thought of freeing myself from the looming threats of the Camarilla, that annoying caitiff, and this also fugitive endeavor, it warms the chambers of my undead heart. Finally, Skylar hangs up and gets back to the table, fidgeting with the charm hanging from her phone, a real bundle of nerves. Done. Meeting in 15. Let's move. But it blazes bright, we'll all be judged. A gentle snowfall greets me outside, gracefully covering the dirty sidewalks with a layer of pristine white and dusting the occasional pedestrian with his soft fleeting crowns. Skylar winces at the screams of the madman and brushes off the fallen snow. I, on the other hand, let it settle in my hair, undisturbed. Snow never bothered me anyway. So, who are we meeting exactly and where? The moment she opens her mouth, the perfectly serviceable car cuts the corner with Patrick, hunched over the steering wheel, a roiling storm cloud on his face. He pulled up carelessly and lunges towards Sunny before noticing Skylar and me. He pauses, face scrunching in confusion. He seems genuinely surprised to see me, and I'm suspended somewhere between feeling smug for defying his expectations, exasperated that he has so little faith in my word, and slightly regretful. I never even attempted to flee, if only to gauge his reaction. Sadly, he regains his composure before I can tease him about it. You're here, good. Good, huh? Do contain your excitement, my good sir. It's unseemly in polite company. What would you have me say? Outstanding? It's a decent start, but I'll settle for divine. He rolls his eyes and settles his gaze on Skylar. They size each other up suspiciously like a pair of hellicats in a hot tin roof. Paddy, meet Skylar, a local anarch with a knack for alchemy. Skylar, meet Paddy. It's Patrick, actually. Pleased to meet you, Skylar. Yeah, alright, you super formal goof. Skylar nods at him curtly. I can see the apprehension in her eyes, so I step in, hoping to keep up the fragile truce. Don't stress too much. Patrick might be a bit uptight, but he's alright. He's just here to help us, to offer us a lift. That's all. I am? Yep. I see. Skylar's eyes jump between Patrick and me, but in the end, she seems to just give up on caution. Maybe the prospect of a ripe blood stash is keeping her on track. We need to get moving. The meeting place ain't far, but well, night couriers aren't known for their patience. Let's hustle. A night courier, huh? Interesting. Who's this particular courier exactly? She shrugs, making her way towards the cater's right. I don't know. I only know her by the handle, and she always wears a helmet, so... As long as she's clued in to Reynard's location. Seems like my kind of gal, too. Maybe I should start wearing something on my face, like a cool mask. Skylar mutters under her breath. A gag would be more fitting. Honestly, Patty and her would definitely hit it off. Birds of a feather. Yada yada. Careful, or I'll gag you instead. She presses her lips together and gets into the car without another word. Satisfied, I nod to myself before turning to Patrick. Anyway, you done with the torque thing? Yes. His speedy response is slightly suspicious. I narrow my eyes and judge him openly, but he is completely unfazed. More importantly, what's all that about a night courier? I smile at him mischievously, fling the passenger door open, and there it is, Patrick's audible sigh. He's really fond of his mortal reactions to my antics. Voices of the angels say sweet poison into our ears. Heed not their honeyed words. Maybe he's onto something. Who knows? Maybe these words are actually meaning something. The sudden commotion alerts me, and I'm instantly ready to pounce. The loony from the before is kneeling before Patrick, clutching at the hem of his pants, with his head thrown back and mist over eyes, staring blankly into the night sky. He stopped screaming, but his lips quiver with faint whispers that fade into the air like smoke. Dream not our slumber, for the day star will sear its truth onto your whole being. I sigh and roll my eyes, ready to toss a quip about like attracting like, but then I notice that Patrick has not moved an inch. He's staring motionlessly into the man's eyes, completely frozen, aside from his head, and fingers twitching wildly, spinning the dice ring. He's been fidgeting like that a lot, actually, now that I'm paying attention. Patrick? Are you okay there, buddy? No answer. The catacombic madman falls over into the snow as I approach and gently free Patrick from his grasp. Patrick, talk to me. What's going on? Suddenly his hand stops, then all of him unfreezes. He avoids my eyes and shoves his hand into his pockets. I'm fine. You sure what was all that about? I do not know. Let's not fret about it for now. The night courier is waiting. Indeed he is. But we will meet him next time. So thank you for watching, and you will see me then. Take care.